Hello everybody, this is Michael Sanders. This is my Go See show. As you know by now, I sit and interview the models who come and see me for work, showing me their books about their life stories, what it means to be a model, how do you become a model, and all that good stuff. So my lovely, beautiful Go See of the day is Dalia.
Hi.
What's your second name?
My second name is Savic. Dalia Savic.
Savic, and
Yeah.
it's not Savic. I always thought the Serbian names
It
was a
is.
it. Goran Ivanisevic.
Well, if you want to really pronounce it that way,
It
yes,
is that
yes,
way.
yes. It's
So there's an
Savic.
American sort of Western pronunciation.
Western pronunciation is Savic, but like
Oh.
every time I would say savage, they would be like, "Oh, savage." I'm like,
Yeah, right,
I'm a
that's-
savage.
You're from Ford Models.
I'm Ford model. Yeah, I'm with Ford models.
Okay, so you come from Serbia.
Yeah.
What town?
I'm coming from a really small town. It's called Smederevo.
Jesus.
It's so beautiful though. It's super historical from the 14th century.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. I would recommend people to go there and visit.
Is it a village or a town?
It's like something in between. It's
Countryside
it's-
or coastline?
well, it's a more of a coastline. Yeah,
It
it's
is?
like closer to the capital. Like only 45-minute drive.
Okay. So do you have a suburban kind of view of the world, that all the action was actually happening in the capital and you were a bit removed from that?
Well, I spent my whole childhood since I was born in Belgrade, but I moved back to Smederevo, which is like the town that I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And we lived there. Me and my sister lived there with our parents for until I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did high school in the capital. So I
Okay.
lived in the capital.
Oh, I
for a
see.
little
Okay,
bit,
great.
So,
So who are your parents and what did they do?
so my parents, I miss my parents so much. I haven't seen them in a long time. I can't wait
How
to
long
see
has it
them.
been?
Oh my god, I don't know if I can even say it. It's been 4 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You haven't seen your parents in 4 years?
4 years.
Wow, man.
I know, I just missed them so much.
Is it your fault?
It's
your fault, right?
It's kind of my fault, but I was so stick to school,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was supposed to go back home and renew my student visa, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay and just try to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Just not waste time, just straight just do classes and then my goal was to move here in New York for my master's too. So
Masters?
yeah.
Are you studying that now?
Yeah, I'm no, not right now. Not right now.
But you will be in the future.
I will be.
You're taking a hiatus to
Yeah.
launch your modelling career.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in.
So your parents, tell me about them. Give me a bit of
So
background.
yeah, my parents are Serbian. They're both Serbians, and they live in Smederevo still.
What are their names?
My father's name is Dusan, and my mom's name is Dobrila.
Are they the most Slovenian names you can get?
Yeah, they're they have really Slavic names. Yeah. And they have the names are actually represent beautiful meaning
ton.
and so Dusan means it's a soul of a man, a
Wow.
strong soul of a man.
Jesus.
And the Brila means somebody who's so kind to you, so good to you
Wow.
that you just want to be with that person.
Are they a good couple?
Yeah.
They are compatible.
They have been married over 50 years.
50 years?
Mm-hmm.
Not 50 years.
Yeah, they actually got married. They've been together for 50 years, but they got married when I was born. So 26 years.
Ago. You're 26
26
years. You're giving
years.
it away. You're giving it away.
Okay, yeah. So my dad is a mathematician.
Wicked.
And
Did you inherit his math brain?
Well, I study architecture, so I
You
kind
have a bit of math.
connected it a little
You do.
bit. Yeah, I'm not that much of a genius though. My other sisters are super good.
Okay, so your dad is a math genius.
Yeah, he is.
And how did he meet your mother?
My mom's daughter was going to the school where he was giving classes, teaching.
This is not her first marriage. It wasn't her first
No,
rodeo.
It's not.
How many marriages did she have?
Oh, she had. My both parents had 2 marriages before.
Wicked, because they're old.
Yeah.
You got old parents.
Yeah. My dad is 72 years old.
Wicked.
And my mom is 66.
Okay, so tell me, because I consider myself a fairly older parent myself.
Oh my god.
No, I was 40 when I had my daughter. And tell me what it's like to be the child of an older parent, of an older dad and mum.
It's amazing. It's something that as a child you learn how to be like an old soul. Like something that you really I would never change my when I was a child, my father would come to pick me up from school and then the kids would say, "Hey, your grandpa is here. He's picking you up." And I'm like, "It's not my grandpa, it's my dad." And then I would be like so like
Were you aware, apart from the children obviously defining him as such, were you aware that he was old?
Yes.
So
yes.
he already felt a bit of slowing down?
No. Like when it was about like playing and when it was about like, giving me all that attention and love, oh my God, he spoiled me so much.
Okay, and you weren't even an only child. You had sisters.
I have like one sister that's from the same father and two more from my mom's side.
And is she older or younger than you?
She's older. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest baby, so you were spoiled and doubly spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. What's mummy do?
So
you didn't tell me how they met. Yes.
Oh yeah, they met because my father was like giving classes to the older sister of mine, my half sister, my mom's daughter.
Ah, yeah.
So and then they kind of started like my mom was already divorced and and my dad was kind of going through divorce that time, so they kind of started seeing each other and then they dated for 10 years.
Jesus.
And
so they were a bit shy to go back into marriage properly after there are two other.
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Did they ever tell you about their previous relationships, marriages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know everything.
So is that third? You do. So that's third time lucky. Is it because they were older and more mature that they taught you about different things? Do you think?
Maybe, but I had because my home city is my hometown is so small that we would rent it like I would be with my dad and then we would see his ex-wife and then I'm never gonna forget that. She is actually an amazing person.
Is she?
First time when she saw me, she was crying because she couldn't have children on her own.
Shit.
So seeing my dad with a child was.
Yeah. Was that was that an issue in the relationship? Do you think?
No, I don't think. I think that she was looking at it really. She was happy. She was happy to see that at least he got this opportunity to become a father. Yeah.
That's great. And do you know how long they were together for?
They were together since they were 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've been together for a long, long time. Yeah.
Right. So happy marriage, happy family.
Yeah.
How were you and your sister growing up? What was the relationship between the two of you?
So
more happiness.
Oh yeah. we I don't know if you know about this, but when I was born, it was war. We had Yugoslavian war.
Yes.
And then after that, after a couple of years after that, we had bombing. So what my parents did to me and my sister is amazing. They did everything possible to make us feel safe. And while, for example, we were bombed, so the bombing was going on and we would be hiding in the basement and everything. And my dad was such a hero that he would be pretending and then flying and then with toys and then
to
playing
distract
with us
you.
to distract us from all the
craziness,
the shaking. We were
and the imminent death.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
so how old were you when this period of the troubles?
I was 8 years old when we were bombed. Yeah.
Wow. And did that stay with you? Do you remember it as a vivid memory?
I remember the first bomb was dropped actually in my city because we have a really big factory of metal. And they wanted to bomb all the big facilities and everything. So that was the first thing that they actually bombed. And I remember it was we were in the basement. I remember it was a little window that you can literally see outside. And I saw fire and I was like, Dad! I thought our backyard is on fire, but actually it was miles and miles away that you can see all this smoke and fire and everything. But and then my dad said, "No, that's so far. We're safe."
Yeah.
And then
underplaying everything.
And then the moment that the bombing stopped, he took us outside and everything was okay. Thank God that our home and our backyard was fine and our families and everything. But it was definitely something I will never forget.
That's incredible.
Never.
So What's your sister like? What are you like together? Tell me, how are you different? And give me your zodiac signs of all of the family, please.
I am a Capricorn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Stubborn in the family.
Ambitious.
And really ambitious.
And
yeah.
hardworking.
Yeah, really hard.
I mean, strong. You're freaking strong.
Yeah, like I am strong. I am strong, but like when I'm with my family, I'm a little bit spoiled. Yeah, I'm like, you know,
yes.
my parents would do everything for me. And
right,
everything,
but that did that spoil you for later life? Because I'm a bit like that with Tallulah.
No.
She is the princess and the world revolves around her. Is she going to be ruined?
No,
my love,
I trust me, she needs that love. She needs that
I remember our pediatrician saying that you can't over-nurture children. In other words, I think it was about breastfeeding, actually, at the time. So there's no sense that you can love too much in terms of giving another human being energy.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got lots of it.
I got
and
a
it
lot
shows.
Of it. Really?
You know, of course you're glowing with happiness and health,
right?
and it's totally reflecting. Have you always felt so at ease in your skin?
Yeah.
So you're an extrovert.
Yes, I am, and I kind of like everywhere I've been living here by myself, kind of like for the last 5 years, and then with all that, like having that strong family, that strong connection with my family, I wasn't able to see them and everything. It was like so many other stuff that was financially and just like it was hard, and my dad got sick, and then like everything was just so stressful for me, but I always felt love. I always felt loved, even though they were so far from me.
Yes.
Like you were by yourself.
Course.
You want somebody to hug you, to touch
yes.
you, to like be with you. And then, I don't know, I've never felt alone, like never.
Right.
And that's something I'm really grateful to my father, because he taught me how to really be strong, like in this kind of situations, because it was really hard to come here with 19 years old and not knowing the language and getting all the scholarships and stuff like that, and like in Miami where I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
That's crazy.
Like we're coming such a small city.
What was the illness that your dad had?
Well, he is good right now. He got this like middle ear. I'm not really sure.
Could it affected his hearing?
English. Yeah. So it's like not really, but like it affects his balance a little bit. So like every time he's like about to walk or something, he gets like head rush or like
right.
I don't know. But that's why he wasn't able to fly and come to see me.
Okay.
And I was kind of stuck in here. I had to like do all these classes and everything. So my parents just decided to like just be patient and wait, and I'm so happy that my dad is okay. Like his health is actually like everything's fine.
So what were you like as a little girl? How would you describe your personality to me, to us? What are you like?
Well, I'm a really family person. Like I love to like be surrounded with people that really appreciate like this old stuff, like old traditions, and like I don't know how to explain like the true meaning of love. Like now everything is so fast, and like you can. I'm sick of looking at my parents on the computer. So like everything for me, like when you ask me how's my social media and everything, for me everything is like that. Why do I have to push it through social media?
You want to live in the real world.
Yes, like
don't you, darling?
I want to live in the real world.
Fair enough. You're old school, babe. You're old school.
I'm such an old girl.
So were you academic, and were there academic expectations for you in a career, or were you not? Or did you dance? Were you physical? Or
I am physical too. Yeah, I am really like I like to move a lot. I like to dance. I like to work out.
Did you do that as a child?
Yes.
Okay.
I always love to be like in those like scary situations when you're like. So recently I worked for the Humane Society with dogs, and then it was like this winter was like really bad. Like, and then we would have to take out like 20 dogs one by one outside so they can pee and poop and everything. So I felt like through all this blizzard and everything, like I felt like I'm on a mission. So that's what I create. Like I'm in a hard situation. Yeah. I always think like, okay, this is a mission, and then I'm going through it. I'm
Right.
just running, like I have to go through like to get to the goal,
Yes.
where I want to be. And then once I walk all the 20 dogs, I come upstairs and I'm like, yes, they all peed, they all pooped.
Mission accomplished.
I did it, mission
You
accomplished.
did it. You did it.
Yeah.
So were you pretty as a child? You must have been. Were you aware that you were pretty? Were you told that you were pretty? And what was your self-image like growing up?
Oh, yeah, that kind of, when I was a teenager, when I was a child, like a little girl, I had like a little bit like
A gap.
a gap within my, and I had like a blonde
So
short hair.
you had braces.
No, never.
You didn't have braces. They came together normally.
Once my teeth started growing up, like everything
Came together.
Yeah.
Wicked.
So like I'm so happy.
Fantastic.
Thank God.
Right.
And so I was like, oh my God, what did I want to say?
You wanted
What
to
was the
tell
question?
I can't remember. The question was, what was the question? Oh shit. No, about how you looked and how you felt you looked and going into awkward teenage years. Perhaps.
Yeah. Being a teenager was really tough. Like I was growing up, I was playing volleyball, and I was really tall and kind of skinny, and I was always like.
Why volleyball? Is that a sport that's played in Serbia?
Yeah.
It's a big deal there.
It's like
What's the national sport?
right now I think it's tennis.
It's tennis.
Because of Novak Djokovic, because he
Novak did it. Literally, what? And Ivan? What's his name? Goran before him?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Goran really set the
I
stage?
think it was Novak.
It's
Before
Novak.
that was basketball and volleyball. A lot of water sports. Like we're really good at swimming too. Like.
But Djokovic changed.
Djokovic, like he did a
That's
really
incredible.
good job.
He did. Well, he's incredible.
He is an incredible person too.
Is he an incredible person?
I
Is he
mean,
supposed to be nice? Do you know about how he's viewed?
Well, he's like, I think he's like a really like one person who's like orthodox, and he likes like being a Serbian, and he likes to present his country the way it is. And then like the one thing that I really like about him is that I've never see it, but like from my friends that know him, like that he is like a person who's so not selfish. That would help you with anything. Like I actually even had a friend who kind of DM'd Djokovic for like a help, and then the next couple of days later, like she would receive like it was like help for some little child that was she was suffering from some disease or something, and then like it's like you would think like, oh, it's now Djokovic, who knows how many messages he gets, but actually like I don't know if he has people behind it, which probably was the case, but like he would never like leave you like.
That's incredible.
If you really need help.
And he changed his diet, which changed his tennis, right?
Yeah.
He became
gluten-free.
Yeah. That's right. And Ivan Lendl was his coach as well. That made a big difference.
Yeah.
So I think he's is he world number one going into this Grand Slam season?
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, like I've really...
Because what's his name's come back? Roger Federer? Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I thought that he retired.
No, he's back. He's winning everything.
Oh my God.
No, he's going to be the greatest player
who
ever lived.
Nadal played the other day. He won, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure if he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay, so volleyball meant that you were a sports person.
Well,
what did that teach you?
I actually, I wasn't that good.
Oh, you weren't good at it. So you weren't that motivated, or you weren't physically gifted?
So this is what happened. When I was a kid, I was pushed to play volleyball because my sisters played volleyball. So, like if your sisters play, like then, you go with your sisters and, they're going to take care of you. And then I never kind of like pushed myself too much. I liked drawing. When I was a kid, I was such a like an artist. I had like such a like, I would draw anything I see. Like anything, and I would always have like a piece of paper and like a pencil with me, and I would always just like move my hands like drawing. And so playing volleyball for me, I was like kind of slow. I don't know why. Maybe because I was like really like artistic side.
Right.
So I was like, everything with me is like playing ballet. Like even when I have to punch the ball, I'm like, so like slow. And then my trainer would be like, go faster.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, it's me. But and then being a teenager, started growing up, I got this strength, like, to really, like, I got this energy inside of me, like that I had feeling that I needed to release. You know, like sometimes you have to punch something, the bag or something, just to get out of like all this negative energy and everything. And I think that children, they get that, you know, in puberty and
yes,
stuff
of course,
like that.
hormonal changes.
Yeah. So like then volleyball started being so good for me, like, and then it helped me so much.
You were whacking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite an aggressive sport, isn't it?
But I did push it too much, and I fell, and I kind of like hurt my neck. And then when I was 18, and I had to stop.
So this is from what ages?
So I started when I was 8 until I was 18.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a
So
long
it's like
time.
10 years.
That built this body then.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really grateful for it.
That's great. Core. You got a strong core,
Yeah.
babe.
Like, I literally have to work out a little bit now in order to get like a little, you know, like kind of showing muscles and everything.
Oh, yeah?
So it's like, yeah.
Okay, so is your sister as beautiful as you are?
Well,
Well, of course you have to say
thank
that.
you. Yeah, she is gorgeous.
Did she become a model?
She was doing modeling for a little bit, sorry. But she was solely like a scientist. Like she's the one who's good in math.
She got your dad's math brain.
She is
And were you
more-
competitive at all?
Oh,
growing up as
well,
sisters?
she's like completely science, I was completely art. So like
Okay.
we were
You didn't have
actually really
crossover.
compatible with each other.
Right.
Like even now to this day now, like probably like in a couple of years, we're probably gonna do some business together, because like we have really creative minds, both of us.
Right.
And then once we click, we just literally like click together, and I can see that my sister is like one of my best friends.
Did she stay in Serbia?
No, she lives in Miami actually.
You both came to America.
I came first, and then it was so hard for me. Like, it was so hard for me being away. from
Let's
the
talk
family.
about the journey then. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how you became a model.
Okay, so
We'll do your love life as well.
yes, of course.
Okay, so what do you want to do first? Love life or modeling? Or do they come at the same time? Chronologically, was it love life first?
Yeah.
First boyfriend experiences
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah.
How were you in love? And what do you want out of love? And how are you best loved?
Well, I married the guy.
You married the guy that you
I
first
married
met?
the guy. No, like first, actually, yeah, I had a relationship before him in
What age?
Miami. 20.
Oh,
20 to
older.
24.
You were older
Yeah.
these days. What do you put that down to, Dalia?
Well, I don't know. It's just life, you know.
Circumstantial.
It's circumstantial, yeah. It's
But
like
hang on, weren't you always, as a teenager, the object of guys' desire?
Well, sometimes. Most, like, if they see me for the first time, yes. I would be looked as an object. And then, like, most of the time, guys would not be, you know, they would be afraid to talk to me.
Is that right?
And then, especially, like...
You were
it's-
intimidating at school?
Well, no, not at all. Like, I'm, like, the type of person who really likes to socialize.
Okay.
And then I would have to be the one who approaches people and be like, hey, hi. And then they would be like, she's cool. Hey, she's cool. You know,
okay,
like,
right.
yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because, like,
Because you're so...
no, I don't think it was because of the looks. I think it's because I was, like, from the foreign country, totally by myself, you know, like, I didn't
Yes.
have, you know, like, many people around me, and I was, like, it's because, like, it's hard, you know, like, it's hard to trust somebody, especially when you live by yourself, you know, you have to be, like, really... like have eyes on your back and like be really, really careful, especially being a woman.
Did you recognize, did we establish that you recognized your own beauty, that you thought you were beautiful, that you thought you liked the way you looked?
Yeah.
And how, was this through your childhood into your adolescence?
Yes.
So you loved yourself all the way through?
Yes.
There wasn't any, I don't like myself and now I do?
Yeah.
It was all from the beginning?
It's all from the beginning.
That's so amazing. Okay.
I mean,
Do you
well,
like
to be
do you like
honest-
yourself better? Does that grow? Does your has your self-love grown?
Yes, I think I'm loving myself even more and more. Like the woman I'm becoming. Like
And you're being loved actively by somebody
Yes.
else. Okay. All right, let's do the career.
Mm-hmm.
So how old were you? Where were you when you were first scouted?
I was actually in Serbia.
Yes.
I was 18, and
Okay.
that was a time when I got this injury from the volleyball, and I stopped the volleyball. I was completely focusing on school. I was living in the capital, and I was literally like stopped by a stylist. He's like a oh my god, fashion stylist.
Yeah.
So he was doing like, he had like a little agency like on his own that he represented the girls and everything. So I did, but I was completely no modeling. I don't know why. I was like, because for me the whole thinking of like being a model in Serbia was like,
You didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it.
It wasn't big time enough for you?
It wasn't like something that I would feel it back then. I don't know why.
Okay.
Even though I was aware that I could do it.
You
know,
knew
like,
that?
I knew that. But there was something inside of me that was like kind of stopping me a little bit from it and like more focusing on school.
So where were you when this man approached you?
I was in Belgrade.
You were just walking around the street?
I was just like, no, I was just walking around the street. Yeah, like the main street. There was like all the shops and everything, and and he saw me, and then when he talked to me at first, I was like, oh my god, no, this is like, I don't know, like he wants to sell me to like, I don't know, somewhere
Sex
Middle East
trafficking.
or like sex trafficking or something. And then
Of course.
you know, you never know.
You know, you don't. You really don't.
And then he gave me his card, and then my mom, I started thinking about it, and of course every girl who's 18 wants to be a model and be seen, and you know,
Get the
one day,
attention.
and I was like all about the VS, Victoria's Secret,
Yes.
this and that.
Were you into that?
Of course, yeah.
So
Me
when
growing up, yeah.
Yes. So
yeah.
how old were you, do you think, when you first realized fashion existed?
Well, I was probably like maybe 10 when I
Yeah.
realized that fashion existed. Yeah, because like my mom and her mom are super. They have all this like vintage stuff like Prada and Dior and Celine. My grandfather had like a, you know, Celine used to do before like man clothes.
I didn't know.
In
And-
like the 70s, 80s.
Is that right?
Yes, and
That's incredible. It just made me think that Eddie Slimane of Yves Saint Laurent has joined Celine, right?
yes, yes.
And he started at Dior Homme as a
Exactly.
menswear designer.
Yes.
Right. So you knew your fashion history growing
I
up?
knew
Did you watch?
because-
Did you look at fashion magazines?
Yes.
You did?
It was,
What were
like,
they?
Even, I mean, like all the Vogue, like actually my sisters, one of my sisters, they have this like all collection from like Vogue America, Vogue
They
like,
don't.
Italy, Vogue. They have like all the classic ones like from before.
Oh my god.
Not like all like every edition, but like I know there would be like, I don't know, like 1980, 1985,
Wow.
1987, you know, like
And you had this access?
yes. So I would always go through. They would be like, "No, don't touch it like that," you know, because I was like, you know, like
You
as
were
a kid,
careless
like,
with
really.
the pages. Come on, Dalia.
Yeah, and I would be like a little spoiled girl who's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
ruining
of course
the
I can
precious
touch it."
mag.
Yeah. But I knew like it was like in a special drawer, and I knew how
Wow.
that drawer was, you know, like.
Shit.
Needs
Were you
to be
were you
protected.
aware of models and photographers' names to that degree or not? Or was
well,
it just
a
the
little
pictures?
bit, a little bit.
Who
because
were they?
Well, yeah, it was like Chanel. It was like I don't
Okay,
know.
the designers you knew.
The designers, yeah, like mostly like the most famous designers now,
Yeah.
like
And who had ads in the mags and
yeah.
right.
And so yeah, I would love to go and look through it, and then like I started, you know, like developing into a woman, and I would look at myself, and then I would go. My mom would be at work, and then I would go to her wardrobe, and like I would try all this. Like I would wear her bra that's like big on me, and then I would put like stuff inside, and I would put her
Right.
jacket, and then I would like. I loved to like change like styles, and actually my grandmother, she used to sew, so she taught me a little bit to sew. Yeah, like I know
The basics?
the basics. Yeah.
Could you make your own clothes?
Well, I would probably need to practice first, but because it's been so long. But yes, I think
Right,
if
the skills
you
are
put the effort in it, yes.
Okay,
yes.
great. Okay, so it wasn't sex trafficking. This guy was a real agent. And what, did he give you your card? Did he tell you, did he call you? What
Yeah,
happened
so my
next?
mom called. My mom called because I think I was on the top of it, like call, and then she called, and then they really talked. Then we met with them, my mom and dad, with the guy, in Serbia, and then I started doing it. Like I started, like walking the shows in Serbia. I started like shooting for like Elle magazine in Serbia. Like and
Okay,
stuff
so you
like
took
that.
to it immediately?
Yeah, immediately.
So it was something that you felt comfortable with from the start?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Especially when you have people telling you like, "Oh my God, yeah, who is she?" Like, oh,
So there was
when
an
you see
excitement.
the reaction of the
Great.
people. And so and then I would stick to that like until I was maybe it was like a year and a half that I did it, and then I was still going with school. And
So
then
what were you going to do if the modelling hadn't come along? What were you studying to go to university?
I'm still asking myself.
You
the
didn't
same
know.
question.
So you would have gone to
Yeah.
university with the intention of finding what your vocation in life would
But
have
at the
been.
same time, going to the university was like kind of like an extra ticket for me, like to do modeling. Like I didn't think like, oh, I'm gonna stop this. I knew that I will eventually continue, but like I just needed a plan. I just needed an access to this because like going through Serbia through that agency, it was like I met girls. It was complicated. There was like so many stuff going on, and then I didn't want to risk. That was like the only thing, and so I think I made a good move. At least like I did school, and now I have this opportunity like where I can really like focus on doing modeling, and being in it like 100%.
Okay. So then did you go to other territories? Did you go to Japan? Did you go to Milan?
Yes,
Did you
yes.
go to
I
Paris?
actually first
Okay,
first
take me
job
through that.
traveling was in Japan, and it was one of the most amazing experiences.
You loved
ever.
it?
I was like, after that, I remember
Are you not big for Japan? I mean, tall and statuesque?
Well, yeah.
Did you fit any of the clothes?
Yes, actually, they loved it. Of course, when we were there, like, I was there, but my sister was doing modeling too.
Oh,
So
okay,
we
that's
were
right.
both in Japan as sisters.
Were you
And-
cast, were you approached together? No, you were approached separately. Had your sister already started modelling?
Together, actually.
You were both
So,
together?
I was approached. I was by myself when he saw me.
Yes.
And then when we all went like as a family to meet up with him, my sister happened to be there, and then he's like the same, like, who is she?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like, who are you?
I don't
guys?
want you going out of frame, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Just be aware, I don't want your eyes to go out.
Oh, look, we have the same hair. Huh?
We're frizzy, hair
Oh,
bear
we're
bunch.
frizzy.
We're the hair bear bunch today. Okay, so that was what I was saying. You see, it's now come back round that you have a beautiful sister, and so you were a double whammy package for this guy.
Yeah, both of us actually.
So did it become competitive then? It was like, okay, we're both starting at the the starting line.
Yeah, somehow both Milan and I did the same shows, because we were kind of thing as sisters.
Did you look similar?
She doesn't look like me at all. Like if you see,
Oh,
she
wow.
looks a little bit Asian. I know, like it's
Does she?
weird.
You got the eyes.
But my dad has like a little separation between eyes, and like he can literally fit 2 more eyes in between.
Wow, he's got wide
And
eyes.
yeah, and then a little bit crooked,
Ah.
like up, and then like the whole like facial structure is like she's gorgeous. She is so beautiful.
Right.
Like I mean, like
How many years older than you is she?
just 14 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were like growing up as like almost as twins, except that I would be like kind of more lighter, like light hair, light eyes, and she would be like completely dark hair, completely dark eyes,
Okay.
but the same height, the same like body
Body?
structure. Yeah,
You got the same body?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so did the two of you stick with each agency, move up the...
Yeah, so once I moved from Serbia and I started school here.
Oh, hang on. The thing I have to ask is, having your sister there doing the same thing, was that much easier than,
Oh yeah.
than
Yes.
being by
You
yourself?
don't even, oh, yes, so much easier. Even like
Although you were
easy-
doing different kinds of jobs. We booked literally sometimes
for
on
the same jobs. Same
Okay.
jobs. I know it's weird, but like especially like that guy, the stylist, he really loved us as like who we were, and like how we were getting along, and then I'm telling you, like we were somehow like the thing is like, oh, bring the sisters, and then
I'm getting a
everybody
real
would know.
Daria Verbary vibe from you sitting here.
Daria?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You got a Daria thing going on. That's a good thing. She's great.
Yeah, I know she is. She is. No, really.
So yeah. So from the beginning, you knew that this is going to be successful. You're going to actually be able to make a living out of this.
Yeah.
And make money.
Yeah, yeah. I believe in myself, and I know, like, I know it's, I know it's hard. I know, like, you really literally have to go through so much in order to get where you want.
What was the motivation in the job? What is it? Is it credibility? Is it cash? Is it working with particular brands? What would that be for you?
I think everything what you just said, like, it's like definitely an experience of just experiencing being here and being in that situation, and just like being able to play with yourself and kind of like acting at the same time, and like give like all these different positions, all this, like everything you can do, like kind of present yourself. And I love shooting editorials, like, because like I can really show what I can do. Like I can really like go into the flow of it, like, and then even if it's like a little piece of clothes, I would make it like so many different ways, like to kind of touch it and play with it, and like, just
you were
like
playing.
really feeling. Yeah.
You were expressing yourself.
Yeah.
So you're a natural at this game. You weren't actually formally taught what to do.
Well, when I was a child, when I was a teenager, we just, the phones just started like, like with the camera phone, first phones with the camera.
Shit. So you were already phone camera age. Of course you were.
Yes. So I was...
You were an expert on how to be
yeah.
your best self in front of a camera.
Yes. Yeah. And then we would do all these different kinds of pictures with different kinds of locations.
You put in your 10,000 hours even before you got scouted. Yeah. That's so cool. So what's her name? You're Dalia.
Yeah.
And her name is?
Milana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you were this dynamic duo. You were going to take on the world. So what for you was making it? Was it Victoria's Secrets?
Yeah, we both, I mean, me, my mother, my sister, and I, like, we were all kind of like, every year we would watch the show.
Yeah.
Every time we would like, like we would talk about the girls, we would be like, oh my God, they're so beautiful, they're so amazing. And then like, since, like playing volleyball, it's not like you get this like completely, I was masculine, like I had like muscles, I had like, like abs, and I had like nice arms, but thank God I was tall, so like it looked, symmetrical.
Proportional.
Yeah. So, so it was really, I was really like, like thinking, I never thought like, okay, yes, I want to, I'm going to be in the show. Like if I can, I would be like the happiest person ever. But like, like it was amazing, like growing up and looking at all these women and all this beauty. And then like even having somebody to compare you with them was like such an honor and such like a really nice thing. So I was kind of living with that, all this like compliments and everything behind it.
It seems that you had a very easy time of it.
Yeah.
There weren't any of the sort of tricky moments where you felt insecure or that you...
Of course, yes. I mean, like growing up, it's tough, like the puberty and everything, like it's just like, I think your mind, your hormones are just raging on you when you're changing. And some, like I had this relationship, my first boyfriend when I was 18, when everything started, and like he wasn't really too much confident with me doing it because like like he just wanted me for himself. So like that's when I started thinking like, I don't know, like maybe I should stay. I'm in love. I just want to be with him. I don't want to make him hurt. Like, but and then it's just another experience. Like for me to make me even tougher in this.
So what attracted you to him? What were you looking at? How did you meet the guys that you did have relationships with? How did that happen? What was the attraction? What are you looking for in a man? What are the qualities that you admire? Are you all about looks? Tell me.
Yeah, actually,
you are.
Looks are so. I mean, look. I mean, it's important, of course, but like at the end, like. You really have to see like how is the soul of that person.
Okay, how do you recognize a good soul? Give us a clue.
By like,
it's getting dark in here, isn't it?
Of course.
It really is getting rather dark. I don't know how I think what completely open.
It's because it's really grey outside. Yeah,
It is
it's
grey.
so cloudy.
It's about to rain. But can I put a light on? I might have to. Look how dark we are.
I mean,
could-
you are a little bit
I'm
more
really
in the
a bit
shadow.
dark, aren't I?
I
You're
think
reflecting.
I'm wearing this.
It's the
you
white's
know,
giving it a little bit extra bounce.
Yeah.
Shall we soldier on? As
I
long as
know,
we,
I think it's good.
as long as
I
people
mean,
can see us,
yeah.
it's moody. Okay,
What do you-
let's go with the
whatever
atmosphere.
you-
It's
you feel
atmospheric. It's
comfortable.
atmospheric.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are the? How do you identify a good soul? Is it obvious? Is it all on the surface? Does my soul betray itself here, sitting next to you now? How do you know that I'm a good soul?
Your soul is amazing.
You know I'm a good soul.
Because like the way you
Oh,
talk.
my great.
No. I think I have this ability
Okay.
to feel the energy.
Yes.
Like kind of like an empath, right? So like and feel how people are feeling. Sometimes can be really tough. Like if I'm on the train and there's like so many people around me, I'm
Right.
like, I just want to get out of
You
here.
get infected
I get
by their
infected.
energy.
Yes.
Okay.
So I every time like I was like, I mean, I had like a couple of relationships, but every time I would be dating, I needed to feel something more than just looks and being smart and being a good person and having, I don't know, the best family.
Yeah.
That's not all what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Like what important is like how I feel next to you. You
Yeah.
know, how
Right,
we feel.
right.
You know, like, you know, when we're sitting next to each other, when
Yeah.
we're talking, like what you know, like, and then if that person feels like free to share something with you and then you appreciate it, you're like, wow, I must be somebody who's special to you.
Right.
And opposite. So like this is exactly what happened to me and my husband. Like I was like kind of in Miami and I was like, oh my god.
You were a model in Miami.
Yeah, I was a part-time modeling in Miami because of school. Because
Okay.
I was a full-time student.
So what were you
was,
studying again? Remind me.
architecture.
That's right.
Yeah. So I did. So we met there. I was still kind of studying, and he was going to Miami just so he visited some friends and everything. And then we had one common friend, and then he introduced us, and we actually spoke on the phone first time. And he is in the whole like fashion industry. So when he saw me and when he saw my picture, he was asking our common friend like, who is she? Like, why she doesn't live here? And then he's like, oh no, she's a nerd. She's going to school. Like, I don't know how much she wants to do modeling. You know, she's not taking it seriously. And then he called me, and the moment we started talking, oh my God, like we talked for 3 hours on the phone.
Jesus, at the first.
It was,
time.
yeah, it was amazing. I was like, who? And then we hung up. I was like, who is this guy?
Wow.
And then
So what were you talking about?
everything. We started from literally like, so we started talking about business first from the very beginning. Because
Modeling
that
business.
was, yeah.
Fashion
because
business.
that was like, not just that, he didn't just see doing fashion with me, but since he saw my portfolio, my Instagram, and he saw that I'm doing architecture and I'm doing art at the same time. So he didn't want to, which I really appreciated, he didn't want to just like focus on me and my looks. He wants to focus on me and what can I present, what can I show to the world, who am I? You know, it's the whole branding of me.
Yes.
You know, like just like to be like really good in pieces, like nice, you know, like just to prepare me. And then we talked about business first. Then we ended up talking about families, about mine and his family.
He's American.
He calls himself a military brat.
So he's of the world. Is
He was born here.
Yes, he traveled
But,
around the world with his parents.
Yeah, his parents are from the Philippines. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Does he look Asian?
Well, yeah.
Filipino. I'm going to put a light on.
He's a Filipino, yeah. So he was really amazing. Like, I don't know how to explain, but just like our energies, like just like did this, like, and then clicked like this.
So how does that go from we've got stuff in common to
sorry.
we fancy each other and we want to be with each other and have a relationship?
Yeah.
Is that a gradual? How did that happen?
I knew that the moment like I finished talking to him first time, I was like, I there's something with this guy. You
Likes
don't
him
need
immediately?
this. Yes.
And you didn't
Like-
know what he looked like at this point?
Sorry. Coughing.
Oh no, go for it. Burp away.
No. I have a little sensitive stomach, so sorry about this.
Coffee's not supposed to be very good for you, is
I
it?
know, but you know,
It's
I
acidic.
just, like,
It's acid forming, isn't
I
it?
know, that's why I'm. But yeah, you know what happened? Like we finished talking after a week, and then every other day, like we talked.
Was
even
there an
more.
opportunity for you to work together? Was that the
everything
the
was
point?
yes, everything was about
Right.
work, and then I booked a ticket to come to New York, and then we sit down, we actually talked about like opening a brand, like a swimmer brand, because like
Oh,
in
wow.
Miami I did a lot of swim.
Of
I was
course
a
you did.
swim- yeah.
You're a swim girl.
Yeah, I like swim.
But that's good for the Victoria's Secret stuff.
Well, yeah.
And
It
what's
is.
the other one? What's the other one? There's Victoria's Secret, and then there's the Sports Illustrated.
Sport Illustrated, yeah.
So
yeah,
is
yeah.
that your
But-
wheelhouse? Come on, I gotta
well,
check out the. It's all body,
yeah,
is
check,
it?
check. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna check out the body. There's not much clothes going on here. Is this representative? This is probably a good place to start, right? Skin, body, health,
Yeah, beauty, body, health.
sexy,
Yeah.
right? And a bit of beauty, yeah. That's all round. Mm-hmm. Look a bit Shalom Harlow here. Do you know who she is?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, she's gorgeous though. Thank you.
And that's a good, right? Look a bit
yeah,
Shalom
you're
here.
totally right. You're totally right.
I'm totally right.
You're totally right.
Oh my god. Sexy.
Oh.
Sexy girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like
body
that
stuff.
was Miami.
So
stuff.
it's Miami, right? So is that
Yeah. But it's like now since I came here,
Hmm.
you know, in New York, it's like totally different story. That it's like totally different. It's still like kind of sexy, but on a different level.
Yes, was
you know,
your-
so it's
we're Nadaria level.
yeah.
Was your sister with you in Miami?
Yes, she was.
She was. So you moved at
she-
the same time.
She came a year later,
Okay.
and because I was really going through a lot by myself.
Were you with this guy? What's his name?
Carl?
Zodiac sign?
He's Aries.
Aries, fire.
Yeah, fire. I'm good. I'm really good with fire. Like my sister
That's
is
good.
Leo. Like
I'm a Leo.
oh my god, you don't know.
Yeah,
which
Leo's
one.
the best.
Oh my god, I dated like 2 of my boyfriends before him they were Leo.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know
See?
what's going. Like I love the fire. I like to
That's
burn.
right.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's the heat.
And I burn so super fast. You know, like I meet a Leo and I'm like, oh, I'm already ashes.
Jesus Christ, I never heard it put that way, but I like it. I like that analogy, Dalia.
Yeah, trust
That's
me.
working. That's working for me. I like the heat. So, all right, so what's his name again?
Carl.
Carl. Carl the Leo.
He's Aries Leo.
Aries. Aries Leo.
Leo.
My daughter is double Leo Aries moon. Jesus, there's no stopping
Oh my
her.
gosh,
Yeah,
she's
she's
gonna
really
be
action
tough.
orientated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
she's
my
tough.
god. They're really smart. I mean, like I know female for the fact because I have 3 in my family.
Oh, you have three. Your mum?
Yeah, my grandma, my sister, and my aunt. Like they were
Ah.
all like super strong, like capable of doing stuff.
Yeah.
Women, you know, like you know, like there is no way that she's gonna say no to like. You know, like especially when they're like really motherly, like you know, like my
Loving.
sister. Yeah, my sister, she would do. I think she would give her life, of course, like to protect me. Even like for like a little scratch that I have, she would be like, oh, you know, like kind of like, you know, like really kind of not stressing about it, but like really like making
Empathetic.
actions about it. Yeah.
How long between meeting and marriage?
A year, 1 year.
That was quick. Mm-hmm. So you're in a state of euphoric love and dangerously so?
Oh, and you know what? I knew, yeah, I knew that I will marry this guy, like
When?
maybe after 1 month of dating him.
Jesus.
Because like I
Was that
I
mutual?
can't- Yeah, it was mutual.
He knew he was
And
going to marry you?
you know how we actually got married? We were at the like it was like I think it was like some party, and then we both like kind of like drank a little bit, and
Yeah.
and then it was just something in the air and something with our energy, just like both of us being drunk, and then we were just like, let's just do this, you know, like when you're just so passionate about each
Wow.
other, and then he's like, what do you think if we go to the city hall tomorrow and just got married?
He didn't
Just
say
got married.
that.
Yeah.
What a nutter.
And then I was like, are you proposing? And then it was like all this, and he's like, this is not a real proper proposal, but you trust me, like he showed me that I really deserve the best of the best. And but that was like, I love that, like being young and crazy and just go get married and everything. And then we told our families and everybody, and then everybody's reaction wasn't like, are you crazy? What are you? Everybody's
crazy?
reaction was like, yeah.
It wasn't, are you crazy?
Yeah, my dad is
It wasn't, are you crazy?
No.
It was
Not
positive.
at all. It was so positive, like from both of our families, because and I met his mom and dad. And they were here last Christmas, and had the fact that I couldn't be with my family and seeing him with his family was like a blessing for me. Like, I don't know how to explain that.
That's so nice.
Felt.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
What are you going to do?
It's been only 3 months since we got married. So
Is it really?
We're still
Congratulations.
in the honeymoon.
Shit.
Thank you.
May the honeymoon period go on forever.
Yeah.
So, are you going to have babies or what? Not now?
Yes.
You are?
We're planning a lot of children. Like 3 to 4, maybe.
Wow. That's
I know.
unknown territory because you only 2.
I know.
You want to
if
be
I could have
outnumbered
one-
here? You're going to be outnumbered?
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
up for it.
because I talked to my mom about it, and she's like, like I have 4 daughters, and like I'm never, like seeing her and growing up with her, like she showed me how it's easy. It's actually easy and beautiful to like be waking up
In a tribe.
with the laughter, even if we were
Life.
crying or laughing. She loved
Energy.
to wake up with hearing us, and then every day she's telling me like, oh, I miss just like, hearing your laugh and smile that's present in the house.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine how your parents would have missed you both. Because you're both in America.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's all sorted now, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like...
What do you want from the industry? So what are your goals now? What is the ultimate job that you would get? You would want your agent to ring you up with tomorrow?
So, like, of course, like, I want to work with really creative people. Like, it doesn't matter, like, from what level they're starting. But, like, for me, what's important is, like, to really... like I said, like feel this energy and the flow and the spirit of the brand or the person or the photographer, or like, for me, that's all that keeps me going. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I really love this look, so this is why I want to do it.
But you're working it. It's working.
Yeah. Like, sometimes you go to the casting and then you just don't click with people, even though you love the brand. You love everything what's about it. But like, if you go there and then you click with people and then you like... You just like can't wait to work for them. You know what I mean? And then
So what would be your ideal brand? Your dream brand?
Well, my dream brand, I still don't have like my dream brand. Like what my goal is now, like to really be like 100% in this before I go back and finish my master's and have my children. So it's like,
okay.
So I have like a little plan. I will stay in this as long as I can, and I'll be dedicated, and I love to work with like creative people, like with artists. And I mean, like I really love a lot of brands. Like I can like really focus on
but
only
to do the campaign
one.
for one, if your agent calls up, who is it? What is the brand?
I personally adore and I love Celine.
Okay,
Like,
so
I love
Hedy shooting you
Yes.
for Celine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Great.
true.
Hedy shooting
Yeah,
you
yeah.
himself for Celine.
But I just feel like the designer. I mean, like I forgot what's her name, but like I know that she worked for Celine.
Phoebe Philo.
Yeah, Phoebe. Yes.
English.
She is, wow. Like the things that she created, like it's like literally like I saw like me myself like in.
Okay,
in the
so
clothes
you'd
and,
go
like,
for Celine.
Yeah, I think I would go with Celine.
Okay,
And I
great.
know I might not be like I'm not saying that I'm not a girl for it, but like I might be like more like kind of sexy looking. You know how Celine has like all this
bit more
flowing
intellectual.
and like super intellectual clothes. So like I would love like to see myself in that and present, and to see like how would I, because like it's like always like they see me and then they see my hair, they see my body structure, and then boom, this is the type of castings you would do. But like I honestly like I love like since I was a child, I told you like from when
Right.
they had like their oldest collections and stuff. So I have the pieces of clothes
I love
for my
that
grandfather.
about you. You've got your granddad's Celine.
It's a beautiful jumper that's like I'm
That's
wearing
so
it
cool.
like for the special occasions. That's something that and
That's amazing.
It's like from the like I think 1970s.
Okay, so what makes you happy? Give me your what and
Well, you said like there was like I have to say something about like one thing that I love, and I know it might be funny, I mean like crazy because everybody thinks I'm crazy, but it's my dog.
okay, yeah, you're a dog lover. You do your dog
I
stuff.
love dogs. Like I love animals. I'm vegan because of that, and
Okay.
and I'm really passionate about it. I think I have to do something about animals.
Yeah.
Like I'm like the type of person who would go like through the trash, honestly, like and get all this plastic and like recycling things
Yeah.
and put it in the bag because like I really care about them. It's not just people. It's like all because I feel them. I feel their soul.
Right.
I feel their energy.
Oh, doggies are so obvious.
Yeah. And you know,
dogs,
I
sorry.
have a little French bulldog, and not being with my family and like
He is
the
family.
love that she gives me.
Right.
It's like I'm with my mom and dad. Like I don't know how to explain.
I know, and imagine what children are going to be like.
Oh my god.
You're not gonna be able
My
to
husband
handle
is
it.
like, oh my god, our children are gonna be so spoiled.
Oh
right?"
my
I'm like,
god.
yeah, baby, I'm sorry. Be ready.
So what's a perfect day?
perfect
Describe me your perfect day.
perfect day? Well, I just like to wake up like early in the morning, like
Early
6
riser?
o'clock,
6
7
o'clock?
o'clock. Work out just because like to get this
Is
like
that
energy
just a
inside of me.
routine that you know so well and have done for so
yes,
many years?
and that makes me feel so good.
You're
like
energized
I still
immediately.
don't know. Yeah, I
Okay.
still don't know like what will be my perfect day because like I was like going over and over again like but just like you know I'm a human. I do everything
Mm.
what you know humans are doing. I can't think of something, but like for me like waking up like doing the workout, having breakfast with my family like with the same table at the same time,
Yeah.
and like everybody's together like we're cooking, we're doing.
So as
everything.
kids,
Yeah.
you're a mum.
Yeah, I'm not, yes, of course. Like, I would love that. And then just like after that, just like maybe, I don't know, just like going for coffee or like going to see my friends and not necessarily like a work job, like to be like, my perfect day is like the day when you can like really relax.
So you're not
And
working.
you can-
You're not working.
I'm
You're not
working.
shooting that day.
Yeah, I'm not
You're not
shooting
even
today.
shooting Celine with a
I'm
heady.
not studying, I'm not shooting, I don't have any tests.
Right.
I'm
Right.
free. I'm
That's
like I
great.
can do my mindfulness stuff. You know, like
Right,
I can
right,
be
right.
mindful about being with people that I love, being surrounded
Yeah.
with, you know, like everything that makes me feel happy. You
So
know.
what is the meaning of life for you then?
The meaning of life.
What is it all about? How do you make sense of it all?
You know, it's definitely about love. It's definitely about like you know, appreciating and loving each other. And I believe like if you give something and you get something in return, that's like a really proper balance of this earth.
Sure.
You know, because like you can just take something away. You know, like I feel even being here, I feel like I have need to give you something, like because just you brought me into your house and you're doing this amazing thing that I've never done before. You know, for me that's like really special.
Giving
Something
and
really
receiving,
special.
right?
Yeah,
You know
giving
do you
and
know the
receiving.
song Nature Boy? Do you know that that Nat King Cole sang?
Yes. Oh my God, I love
And that
Nat
really
King
is
Cole.
at the end of it. He says, "The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loving in return."
Loving in return.
Right? I suppose that sums it
Yeah,
up.
because it's hard. Some people they don't know how to give love, and then that's why it's hard to return it back, and they're like they have these blockages and everything.
So how are you? You're lovely and full of love. You're in a state of pure vibrational, high vibrational frequencies going on right here.
Of course, I have my ups and downs, but
I was
you
going
know,
to say, how are you not good to? What are the things that you're less pushing forward? What are the things? How are you difficult to live with? What are your faults or things you want to tweak? I mean, I can't imagine there being that many.
Yeah, I mean, of course, sometimes like some days you just.
What don't you like about your personality? or that you would change?
What I don't like about my personality, that sometimes I do rush through things, like in order, just because I think that's how life is. You have to go. Sometimes you have to be fast in order to catch it. And then I think as much as I'm growing up now, I realize that it's not about that. It's about like taking it slowly and be patient about it.
So
And, like,
patience is what you would want.
have this ability to learn how to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail, and that as many times as you fail, that's karma is going to bring you back, and you're going to be like that much successful in life. So for me, like, yeah, I'm rushing. I know I'm failing, and I just want. I'm still working on it when I fail, to be like, kind of, to just stand up and be on my ground and just be like, okay, again, hit me again,
Right.
But sometimes
so you're a fighter?
I mean, I have my moments when I'm like really like, I just can't, I don't want to do this.
Right.
And then I ask myself a question, subconsciously, like, why me? And then I slap myself, like, why are you asking yourself this? This is the stupidest question you can ask yourself. Why me? Asking that why. And then, I'm learning.
All I do is ask why.
Yeah, I know. Like, why this had to happen to me? But it's actually life. Life happens.
Right. Okay, that sounds great. And what advice would you give to anybody watching to help them being as successful as you are as a model and doing it and living your dream so obviously happily? What little nuggets of wisdom would you want to impart to other girls out there who might be watching, thinking, "Oh, I'd like to be a model.
Well, exactly what I said. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like career or love or like your happiness, like whatever makes you happy. Like, I would suggest, like, go for it and take your time and just like be consistent. Find people that make you feel good, like, and be surrounded with that type of people and the type and places, because I believe places can do so much for your soul too.
Right.
And just like be patient, and if you really want something, you have to learn. You really have to learn how to fail, how to be like in the bottom, because the bottom can only get you up. Because like you have to stand up. You can't just like standing up. You can't stand up more. You have to go down in order to stand up again. So like I've been through so much like in that situations, and I would at the end like somehow like I would always stand up, because I would always think like the positive things about it.
Do you consider yourself lucky?
Yes, actually, like I'm at the end of the day, I'm like I'm a strong person. Like I've been through so much by myself. Living in this big country, like with no family, nobody that can like actually help you and hold your hand. Me, who was kind of a little bit spoiled from back home, this is something that taught me like how to be strong, like being on my own, being independent. But I definitely would suggest like just love. Just like
that's as simple as that.
even like things
love yourself, love others, and give.
Yeah,
to receive in return.
Sometimes you think like, how can I love this? It's ugly, but if you give it a try, and if you try to see like a good, something good, like positive things in this thing, like then I think it would be easier and easier for you. And I would also suggest like to mindfulness practice, because it's so hard, like to just get your mind where it's supposed to be. So I think if you're mindful about stuff, and there's like so many different ways.
So you're talking meditation?
I'm talking meditation, yeah.
And yoga?
Yoga, meditation, kind of like I did different kind. I'm a really spiritual person, so like I believe in God. I love to feel. I feel there is something really beyond us, like something that, and I believe that we all have a purpose. And if you look deep into your soul, and I think through meditation you can do that. I mean, like some people are capable of seeing that from right away, but I think if you listen to your body, if you listen to your heart, then you can really see who you really are and what are you meant to be and to do.
Your soul's purpose.
Yeah, I mean, like your soul too. Like
yes,
we
right.
all have
of
like
course, absolutely,
purpose.
Yes.
Like what's it's, but that's one of the hardest things. Like like how to find the purpose. So many people are like hitting their heads like, what should I do? You know, like I see all these other people succeeding, like being so successful, and like, but where should I go? What direction should I take? So I think, you know, being mindful and doing meditation and just like, you know, like working on your soul, like kind of training your soul, like to recognize the good stuff, it will definitely, I'm like 100% sure.
What if you have terrible karma from past lives?
Even with the terrible karma.
That you're having to suffer during this
know,
particular incarnation.
Yeah, I know, like
You're good with that?
No, trust me. I think like even if you have this bad karma in life, there is like, but that was from the past life. But in this life, you have an opportunity. It's up to you.
Right.
To, like,
so do you
really
believe that you're manifesting moment to moment, or do you believe in predestined, it's all basically laid out in the stars and you're just following that path?
Kind of both.
So you believe in free will?
I believe in free will. I believe that we are all exactly, that's why God created us like this, because we're to be free.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then before I went to different monasteries, like, and I talked to like Buddhists, like priests and stuff like that. They all said the same thing. Being free to teach yourself, to like learn more, to like experience more, to see more, to love more. It's all up to you. It's all how much you allow yourself. You know, so it's like, it's like
you've allowed a lot.
Oh
You're allowing a lot, Dalia.
Yeah.
You've given yourself some serious permission.
Yeah.
You're wicked. Thank you so much. Let's do some other things.
Thank you. Okay.
That's the main body. You are amazing and very inspiring, actually, listening to you now. Talk with such passion and feeling, and your soul is shining. So may it continue to do so. And thank you so much for giving so much of yourself today for me.
Thank you for having me and giving me this opportunity to say and something about myself, and
share it, baby.
Like, yeah.
It's shining bright. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Thank you. Bye, everyone.